Welcome to Sandisa TV, the ultimate hub for movie enthusiasts. Today, I'll be diving into the action-packed 2022 American fantasy film, The Princess. But before we go any further, here's your official spoiler alert, so proceed with caution. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Otherwise, you might miss the next time I talk about princesses who don't need saving. So, let's set the scene. The Princess takes place in a medieval realm, a kingdom filled with knights, castles, and enough political drama to rival a Shakespearean play. This kingdom is ruled by a peaceful king and his equally regal queen, who together have two daughters. There's our main character, the titular princess, and her younger, bright-eyed sister, Violet. You know, the kind of sibling dynamic where one is busy training to be a warrior, while the other is daydreaming about puppies and sunshine. Here's where it gets spicy. With no sons to inherit the throne, the king decides to arrange a politically advantageous marriage for the princess. Enter Julius, the medieval equivalent of a trust fund villain. He's the son of a royal diplomat, and let me tell you, this guy is one bad apple. He's got a thing for iron fist rule, a disdain for the king's peaceful governance, and a wardrobe full of brooding black capes. Naturally, the princess isn't having any of it. She leaves him at the altar, mic drop. But Julius, being the sore loser that he is, doesn't just throw a tantrum. He stages a coup. With the help of his whip-wielding second-in-command, Moira, and a small army of mercenaries, Julius storms the castle, captures the royal family, and locks our princess in the highest tower. Typical villain move, right? Except this princess isn't your average damsel in distress. She's more damsel, but make it deadly. Cue the action. When two mercenaries try to assault her in the tower, she turns the tables and kills them both. And this isn't some dainty scuffle, this is full-on medieval John Wick. With her captors dead, she begins her descent through the castle, slicing and dicing her way through Julius's hired goons. You'd think someone would have told these mercenaries that messing with the royal family is bad for job security. By now, Julius and Moira realize the princess is on the loose, and they're not happy. They send their men after her, but she's a step ahead. Along the way, she reunites with Lynn, her badass mentor who trained her in combat. Lynn isn't just a skilled fighter, she's also fiercely loyal. Honestly, where can I get a Lynn in my life? The two of them hatch a plan to reach the dungeons and free the rest of the royal family. But plans rarely go smoothly in these kinds of stories. They run into Moira, and let's just say Moira is not here to negotiate. Lynn volunteers to stay behind and fight Moira, giving the princess a chance to press on. It's an epic showdown, think Game of Thrones meets a Jackie Chan movie. Meanwhile, our princess makes it to the dungeons and frees her family. But, plot twist, Julius isn't done with his power play. He captures them all again, Lynn included, and drags them into the throne room for a not-so-friendly chat. When the princess refuses to bow to his authority, Julius decides to switch gears and marry Violet instead. Because nothing says, "I'm fit to rule," like coercing a teenager into matrimony, right? At this point, things look bleak. The princess is thrown into the castle's lake to drown, classic villain mistake number 37, assuming the hero is dead without checking for a pulse. Spoiler, she survives. She sneaks back into the castle, because locking doors apparently wasn't invented yet, and this time, she's bringing the fight to them. The princess, Lynn, and Violet regroup in a secret storeroom full of weapons, because every castle needs one of those. Armed and ready, they launch a counterattack. The princess and Lynn take on the mercenaries in an all-out brawl that's equal parts brutal and brilliant. Meanwhile, Violet sneaks off to free Kai, the king's loyal advisor. But wait, there's more drama. Violet is captured again, Lynn gets wounded fighting Julius, and Moira shows up for one last showdown. The princess manages to kill Moira, proving once and for all that whips are overrated weapons. Then comes the final boss fight, the princess versus Julius. This duel is everything you'd want in a medieval action movie, swords clashing, insults flying, and Julius doing that overconfident villain monologue. Pro tip: never gloat when your opponent is still holding a weapon. The princess seizes the moment, turns the tables, and decapitates him in a move that would make even the toughest knights applaud. The film wraps up on a high note. The king, finally recognizing his daughter's strength and leadership, names her heir to the throne. Oh, and he decrees that women in the kingdom can now choose their own paths in life. About time, right? So, what did you think of The Princess? Did you love the action sequences? Were you rooting for the princess the whole way? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay epic.